Hello everyone, Jacob here. Today we're going to talk about this structure right here, regardless of 뭐뭐뭐. And in Korean this means 뭐뭐뭐에 상관 or 뭐뭐뭐에 관계없이. Alright, so first let's talk about this word right here, regardless. What does this mean? This means without regard. Okay? But another way to say this would be without thought, or consideration, okay? Without thought or consideration. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the first way to use this structure kind of in a sentence. We can say subject, verb, object, regardless of plus a noun, okay? Subject, verb, object, regardless of plus a noun. And let's go ahead and look at our first example. I'm going to the beach. I live in Busan, so I like to make examples with the beach. I'm going to the beach regardless of the weather. Okay? I'm going to the beach regardless of the weather. So here we're using it with a noun, the weather. We have a full sentence, I'm going to the beach regardless of plus a noun, the weather. And what does this mean? Basically it means that the weather doesn't matter. I'm not going to think about the weather. I'm not going to, consider the weather. I'm going to go to the beach regardless of the weather. I will go to the beach if it rains. I will go to the beach if it's sunny. I will go to the beach if it snows. I'm going to the beach regardless of the weather. All right, let's go ahead and look at our second example. You should choose a job regardless of salary. You should choose a job regardless of salary or pay, you could say. So maybe actually you think this is a weird example because when people choose a job, usually the most important thing they consider or they think about is the salary. So, well, I'll change the sentence a little bit. You should choose a job that you love regardless of salary. You might still not agree, but it's true. You should choose a job that you love, that you're passionate about, right? And the salary isn't that important. It's not super important. Well, maybe you don't agree, but that's what I think. You should choose a job that you love regardless of salary. Okay? So now we've seen how to use this structure with a noun. Let's move on and see how we can use it in a different way. You can also say subject, verb, object, regardless of plus weather plus subject, verb, object. All right. So here, actually, we can make a really long sentence. We can kind of connect two sentences by saying a full sentence regardless of whether, another full sentence. So let's go ahead and look at an example. You should eat vegetables. You should eat vegetables regardless of whether you like them. You should eat vegetables regardless of whether you like them. So here again we have a full sentence, you should eat vegetables regardless of whether plus another full sentence. Vegetables are very healthy. Vegetables are very good for you, and it's true, you should eat vegetables. And it doesn't matter if you don't like them. You shouldn't think about the fact that you don't like them, or you shouldn't consider the fact that you don't like them, because they're healthy, they're good for you, they will help you live longer and get lots of good nutrients. So you should eat vegetables regardless of whether you like them. I try to eat vegetables a little bit every day, but I'm not actually that good at it. I eat a lot of bad food. But it's true. You should eat vegetables regardless of whether you like them. Let's look at another example. And here I'm actually going to change the order. I'm going to put regardless of at the beginning of the sentence, which is possible. Regardless of whether your girlfriend cheated on you, you should break up with her. Okay, so this is a little bit of an interesting example. Again, regardless of whether, plus a full sentence, your girlfriend cheated on you, and then another full sentence. So we're just changing the order here. We're putting it at the beginning, but the structure is still the same. Okay. So what does this mean? Regardless of whether your girlfriend cheated on you. Cheated on someone, remember, is 바람피다, to cheat on someone. You should break up with her. So what am I saying? Well, basically what I mean here is that if you think that your girlfriend cheated on you and you're not sure, then you should break up with her, regardless of whether she actually cheated on you. If you can't trust her, you should break up with your girlfriend regardless of whether she cheated on you. And I think that's true, because trust is very important in a relationship. You have to trust your girlfriend or your boyfriend. So it doesn't matter if she cheated on you, because if you can't trust her, you should break up with her. All right, let's go ahead and move on to another way to use this regardless of structure. So you can also say subject, verb, object, regardless of, plus question words. Okay, question words like who, like when, like where, how, what, etc. And usually it's a question word and then a little, either a full sentence or part of a sentence. There's usually something that comes after. So let's go ahead and look at an example with a question word. I should go to my sister's wedding. I should go to my sister's wedding regardless of where it is. Alright, so here again, a full sentence, regardless of. Then we have a question word, where. I'm using where, but I could actually use any question word here, and then kind of the end of the sentence, the finish right here. I should go to my sister's wedding regardless of where it is. This is true. It doesn't matter where my sister's wedding is. I should go. Even if it's in Africa, I should go because it's my sister and she will only get married once. I should go to my sister's wedding regardless of where it is. But to be honest, I didn't really go to my sister's wedding and I feel a little bit sad or embarrassed or ashamed about this. But it was very far away. I was in Korea. It was in America, and I couldn't go. And I feel bad, but that's just unfortunately the way it is. So, but still, I still think I should have, in my case, I could say I should have gone to my sister's wedding regardless of where it was. Oh, I regret that a little bit, but it's okay. Alright, let's move on, and I just want to quickly kind of wrap up the lesson by giving you one quick warning. I want you to be really careful about double negatives, okay? What does this mean? Basically, using negative things 2 times. You have to be careful because regardless is already negative. So if you say something like this, I won't pass the test regardless of how much I study. It sounds a little bit weird because you have 2 negatives in this sentence. You have one here, I won't, and then you have another one right here, regardless. I won't pass the test regardless of how much I study. It's very difficult to understand the meaning of this sentence. It's confusing because we have 2 negatives. So what I want you to do, instead of saying a sentence like this, I want you to be careful and I want you to say, I will fail the test regardless of how much I study. Okay? So this is weird because, it's 2 negatives. It's just confusing. Much better to say, I will fail the test regardless of how much I study. So this is just something you need to be careful about when you're using this structure, regardless of. Alright, that's everything I wanted to talk about for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood, and I'll see you next time.